Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this fabulous Friday here in Connecticut. I have a lot to get to, so I'm going to forgo the weather report and all that sort of stuff. You saw the video, the thumbnail. Viva PERRICO, the 1SB invades Las Vegas. Now here's the deal, guys. Unless you are privy to the inner workings of the Las Vegas music scene, that name might not mean that much to you. Okay? But trust me, this is a major league talent I'm talking about. Okay? And I'm going to give you a little synopsis of what's going on with him, and you can check him out more on your own. With that said, let me honk a little bit, and we'll get to it. Not a mark on the lips, and there's not a mark on PERRICO's lips either. Okay? Now, this is what I'm going to do. I have a lot to get to, and I may not be able to get to it. Okay? I might have to do two. But what I'm going to do is this. At the end of this video, instead of giving you my website, I'm going to give you his website. And on the website is a complete explanation of his groups and all that sort of stuff. A complete bio of all the awards he won, you know, best artist in Vegas and you know, all this sort of stuff. Okay? And we're going to focus on his chops. Okay? Started in Youngstown, Ohio, toured with the Dorsey Band, had trouble with his chops, went to Jerry, fell in love with Jerry and all things Jerry, and the rest is history. The guy can play, man. The guy can play. So you're going to have his website at the end where you get all the nuts and bolts. I'm going to give you a clip down low of him playing flugelhorn, and I'll get to that in a second. Okay, but anyway, the goods. The goods. Now, I'm going to give you a little bio, a little background, and this is from Jerry. I didn't even go into this that much with Dave, and I talked with him for about an hour yesterday. And as usual, two trumpet nerds just yapping about, you know, marks on this guy's lip, and I played this job with him, and oh, please, it was wonderful. Went for about an hour. I could have gone 3 more, Dave. I don't know about you. But anyway, Youngstown, Ohio, and his mentor, teacher, band director, I'm not sure who it was, and this is from Jerry, told him, look, trumpet playing is great. We all love trumpet playing, but you can't just depend on that. You can't, the winds of the music business just blow so crazily, you just can't depend on that. Writing, arranging, the business end of it. And he took those words to heart and just never looked back. He may be the top guy in Vegas. Again, I'm not privy to all this going on in Vegas. I mean, and there are monster players out there. Now, the thing about it is, and I was out there with other shows. Back in my day in New York, there was, you know, these jobs were for the screamers, and that job was the straight lead player, and that one was with the Latin background, and this one was the jazz player, and those are the quintet guys and the classical guys. Everybody had their niche. From what I can tell, Vegas is pretty much one thing. Man, pedal to the metal, you're a high octane player, or get out of the way, right? So, and Dave has all this. Absolutely has all this. Go to the website, Google his name, Dave PERRICO Trumpet, and there's dozens of stuff with his pop string orchestra, and it's a wonderful, wonderful organization. Just an unbelievable blend of pop and rock and fusion and jazz and all this sort of stuff. All his own arrangements and writing, and it's very, very talented guy. Now, as a lead player, Natalie Cole, Cirque du Soleil, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Donnie and Marie, you know, Las Vegas. Been there, done that. But what he does after he's playing the main floor show, he takes his own groups and goes plays the lounges until all hours of the morning. This guy is playing a lot, okay? And I'll get to that in a second. That's a huge thing that I loved our little talk about. Until before the coronavirus, he was playing lead with the Rat Pack, and then his pop string orchestra would do the lounges. So this guy is not only playing lead, but he's playing trumpet, flugelhorn. Wait till you hear the flugelhorn. And leader. I mean, he's working with agents. He's working with, I mean, the whole ball of wax as a musician. Now, very, very few people, I told you, that Jerry just gushed about. Obviously, Maynard, Harry, Maurice, Charlie Shakers, we get all that, okay? But the regular ranking file guy, he used a lot of things like, oh no, he's good up to a G, he's a nice player. Few things he gushed. Eric Park, I already told you, was one. PERRICO was another. And not only because of his trumpet playing, because of what I just said, the writing, the arranging, and all that, in the business. Jerry was a businessman at heart as well. So he really respected what Dave was doing in that regard. Now, chops. There is not a lot of pictures of him close enough that you get a real close-up of the chops. Okay, he sent me a couple individual things that I can't quite give you on this. Okay, but trust me, there is no stretch whatsoever. G, A, B flat, above high C, killer. Warm up, that's another thing. Warm up, none, just got it. Okay, just locked in. Okay, now while we're on this subject of warm up, I am absolutely freed for the rest of my life. You notice I always apologize almost that I don't play anymore. And the fact that I don't have to stress my chops, perform anymore, that I don't stress my chops in my day-to-day thing, that may lend itself a lot to the fact that I don't warm up. He plays more than all of us and never warms up. Never warms up. Barely practices because he's doing all the writing, arrangement, and business. Okay? But wait till you hear him play. He's got all the lead chops. But here's the thing about the warm-up. Okay? He doesn't even take the mouthpiece out of his horn. That's a fact. He just puts the whole thing in his gig bag and he doesn't take the mouthpiece out. And just picks it up, boom, he's got it. And he's playing high-octane stuff a lot. A lot. Now, the clip that I gave you is him playing flugelhorn. And guys, I've never heard flugelhorn like this before. And I'm not trying to kiss his butt. I mean this completely. It has a lot to do, from what he says, with the mouthpiece, and I'll get to that in a second. Okay? Now, you'll see the clip. The tone, the power, the center on a flugelhorn, while still retaining the qualities of flugelhorn, is gorgeous. Is gorgeous. Clark Terry made the flugelhorn work. Maynard, as great as he sounded on the flugelhorn, he overpowered it. And to my way of thinking, as great as it sounded, it didn't sound actually like a flugelhorn. He keeps it sound like a flugelhorn, but keeps the center. And with center, it could be center / intonation. Beautifully in tune. I mean, it was beautiful playing. Beautiful playing. Okay? Now, the 1SB. I have a couple students out there that are playing the 1SB. Greg Van Boven, another terrific player, he's playing the 1SC, one of my students. Jerry got he got these through Jerry. Again, I didn't even meet, I've never met him, but I never talked to him until yesterday. Okay? So he had this long relationship with Jerry. The 1SB, he sent, that's one of the clips he sent to me, a tiny little clip. The first notes he ever played the 1SB, 3 octaves up to the B flat. It's clean and it's pure, no string, beautiful. Again, he doesn't warm up. Okay? Now, the first day he had the 1SB, he went to a job that night. Nope, just took it to a job. And he was sitting next to one of the greatest lead players of all time, a guy named Tom DeLibrio. Sinatra, that's another video. He played 5 minutes. Tom says, what the heck is going on? There's a quality in there that I've never heard before. Now, they play together quite a bit. And he told him, it's the 1SB. It's the greatest mouthpiece I ever heard. Tom played with him several times, listened to it. Finally, Tom got in touch with me and thought the 1SC would be the way to go. I sent him the 1SC, didn't like it. He and Dave are back and forth. And Dave says, look, just give it a try. We've got time off here. Give it a try. And he gave him a 1SB. Dave gave Tom the 1SB. He gets a phone call from him in 2 days. Tom is playing up to D's above double C, relaxed and killer. He's hooked. These are two of the best trumpet players in the world are playing 1SBs, okay? And telling everybody out there. Actually, Dave was saying he doesn't preach the gospel in the traditional sense, oh, you got to do this. People say, Jesus, what are you playing? And you got them. Okay? Now, I strongly suggest you go check out his website. Strongly suggest it. It's worth it. An enormous talent that I can't do justice here in the 10-minute video. But one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to. Okay? And I told him, I said, one of these days I'm going to come out to Las Vegas. My wife and daughter, we're going to, do up to town. I'm going to take you out to dinner, and I'm going to write off the whole thing as a tax deduction. So, but again, chops, got it. Flugelhorn, wait till you hear it. Writing, arranging, business. Remember, look at that pop orchestra. Now he's dealing with agents. He's dealing with top musicians in Vegas that he's working personalities, and he's like Phil Jackson, a basketball coach. I mean, very, very special guy. Anyway, I'm running out of time. I could do another half hour. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.